school day is done, that the kids always run to its Uncle Smiley, whose is the place where the kids always. They've got no time to waste when it's Uncle Smiley. Uncle's the one who's always busy, they know, too busy working to get up and go. But Uncle's a friend who can never say no, so Uncle Smiley, get up and go. Uncle's the one, he's a barrel of fun, just look out, here he comes. It's Uncle Smiley, stumbling around like a carnival clown. He's a part of the town, he's our Uncle Smiley. When there's a job to be done, old Uncle is always the one. No matter what happens, it's bound to be fun. So Uncle Smiley, get up and go. So Uncle Smiley, get up and go.
Hey, who's that way out there?
That's us, silly. Don't you remember? This is the movie of the last time we went to the beach with Uncle Smiley.
Oh, yeah, I remember. Boy, that sure was fun.
And we learned a lot of things that day, too, that we never knew before.
We sure did, and so did Uncle Smiley, especially about being careful around the water.
I'll say he almost drowned, for real.
But it sure was a nice day for swimming, and it sure was a nice beach, too. You know, I used to think that all beaches were pretty much the same.
Me too, until Uncle showed us that other beach later on.
Hey, remember this? When Uncle tried to put up his beach umbrella?
How could anybody forget? Poor old Uncle Smiley. He has more trouble with mechanical things than almost anybody I know.
Going to the beach on a bright and sunny morning. Gonna take a splash in the big blue salty sea. It's fun to play by the big blue wavy ocean. Summer and sand by the big blue salty sea. Running hand in hand on a bright new morning. Umbrellas in the sand by the big blue sea. Splashing around you sometimes get the notion that everywhere is clean by the big blue sea. The sky is bright around us, the sand is white around us, the only sounds are of the sea. No litter on the seashore, no smoke to make your eyes sore, this is the way that it should be. Feel the white sand sifting through your fingers, see the crystals glitter bright and clear. Mix them with the water from the ocean. You can be a seashore engineer. Watch the water follow in your footprints, running with your buckets filled with sea. Pure blue ocean trickling through your fingers. We're lucky that we have a big blue sea. The sky is bright around us, the sand is white around us, the only sounds are of the sea. No litter on the seashore, no smoke to make your eyes sore, this is the way that it should be.
Do you remember when Uncle ran into the ocean with that giant inner tube?
I'll say he never even noticed the sign or the rocks or anything. Boy, was that a dangerous thing to do.
We all tried to stop him, but I guess he had made his mind up. Sometimes Uncle thinks that just because he's a grown-up, he can do things kids aren't allowed to do.
We kept shouting to him, but pretty soon he was so far out he couldn't even hear us.
Yeah, not only was he disobeying the sign, but he was using that old inner tube to float with.
And that's extra dangerous, because if you're in deep water and it ever breaks, you're really in trouble.
And especially Uncle Smiley, because he just kind of sinks.
The current kept taking him farther and farther away from shore and closer to those scary rocks.
There was nothing we could do but shout, and Uncle couldn't even hear us way out there.
I shouted so much my throat started hurting.
Boy, was I worried.
So was everybody, even the lifeguard. Uncle never heard him shouting either, even when he blew his whistle.
He never had any idea at all how much trouble he was in, but he sure found out in a hurry when he crashed into those rocks.
The inner tube popped and there was nothing for Uncle to hold on to.
Yeah, he was really in trouble when the lifeguard finally got to him. Those waves are really big near the rocks.
The lifeguard got there just in time.
He had a lot of trouble rescuing Uncle, too.
Yeah, he said he'd never saved anybody as heavy as Uncle before.
Poor Uncle Smiley.
Uncle took us for a walk to another beach to show us what can happen to an ocean beach. Hard to realize how this could happen. Hard to understand how this could be. Too many people and too many empty trash cans. Too many boats dropping oil in the big blue sea. Too many cans and too many empty bottles. Too many things to hurt the big blue sea. Too many things to hurt the big blue sea.
Golly, that wasn't really a beach at all. I mean, it's hard to imagine that that place could ever have been a nice beach. Can you imagine going swimming there?
No, but it really was a nice beach once. Uncle Smiley said so, and people ruined it.
What kind of people would have done something like that?
Well, probably people just like us.
That's silly. We've never put poison in the water and killed fish or thrown piles of trash everywhere.
Well, it wasn't just a few people like us. It was probably hundreds of people, or maybe thousands even. Just think, if each person just dropped one empty can or spilled just a little bit of oil in the ocean, how much it would add up to all together.
While we were walking along the same beach a little later, we found a little white bird that was all tangled up in fishing line.
Yeah, it could hardly move. If we hadn't come along, I guess the little bird would have just starved to death.
Or broken his wings trying to fly away.
Uncle Smiley knew just what to do to untangle the little bird. He was very, very careful not to hurt it.
Uncle sure does love animals and birds and things, doesn't he?
Yeah, and I think they love him, too.
You know, I wish people realized that when they leave litter and things around like that fishing line, it can really hurt animals and birds, and people too.
It's so easy just to take the stuff to a trash can and throw it away.
Speaking of trash cans, do you remember the one that somebody had turned over and emptied all over the sand?
Yeah, it didn't take us long to fix that one up, did it?
Most folks think the air we breathe is free. The same thing goes we feel for the big blue sea. The sea's so deep and wide we think whatever we throw will simply sink, but soon there may not be a big blue sea. The sky is bright around us, the sand is white around us, the only sounds are of the sea. No litter on the seashore, no smoke to make your eyes sore, this is the way that it should be. Going to the beach on a bright and sunny morning, gonna take a splash in the big blue salty sea. It's fun to play by the big blue wavy ocean, summer and sand by the big blue salty sea. So enjoy yourself and play by the ocean shore, but don't forget to keep in mind the score. There's little time now left to wait much more will be too late, but soon there may not be a big blue sea. Nowhere that we can play the